I realize I haven't done a podcast intro for the past ever. This is Tulung Podcast number 69. And we're live! Yay, oh, look at me. Hey guys. Weekly podcast installment, just to fuel the numbers game, and thankfully, as I keep going, this becomes more and more personalized to my taste. I'm not reporting world news all the time because to be honest, some of it is an afterthought for me. And it just feels like another reading assignment from my college days. Pop filter and USB-C are in because I plan to record some stuff after this. So, we're going to get on with pop filter. Nice. Should be like that. Pop filter. Nice. Okay, desktop, turn on the webcam. First, to start, no announcements that I can think of. Next, no inquiries. Maybe there were questions, but I forgot to write them down. So we're here. Mentions! My buddy wanted to put me on to an RDR2 next-gen update potentially coming later this year. Now, I will show my stream of thought in trying to debunk it, but there is perhaps some truth to that claim. So if you search up RDR2 next-gen update, right? You know, you could do Reddit and whatever. IGN, you could take it from IGN India. So I first looked at this IGN India article. It says Red Dead Redemption 2, Switch 2, PlayStation 5, and Xbox Series XS ports reportedly still exist. When asked on X if they were absolutely certain about the game's release on next-gen consoles, Nate responded, yes, they exist. However, they also mentioned that there's no update yet on when the releases might happen. Here is said X post. I'm going to call it a tweet. Are you absolutely certain with full confidence RDR2 Gen 9 updates exist? Yes, they exist. I have no update on timing for release. That's where I started, but oh no, stop. Back in June 2025, Nate the Hate claimed that Rockstar was working on a next-gen update for Red Dead 2, which led me to this IGN India article. And it led me to this video. I will play the subtitles for the video. Of course, not the audio for
Red Dead
obvious reasons. I will comment on this. Those rumors are true. Red Dead Redemption 2 is getting a next-gen update later this year. Whoa, alright. Now, this is supposed to be reputable, but if I don't see it, I'm taking it with a grain of salt. I'm not making any arrangements to accommodate its launch right now. But, you know, this is what people want to bring to me. Hold that for a Nintendo Direct. It's a game Nintendo would want to have as a headliner. Coming to our platform later this year. They can mention PS5. Okay. Those rumors are true. So this holiday, you think? Yeah, from what I was told, it should be a few months after the Switch 2 launch. A few months after the Switch 2 launch. It could be an instantaneous, spontaneous release, right? A few months after the Switch 2 launch. Switch 2 launched June of this year. Few months could constitute, what, 5, 6, 7 months, give or take. We're still in that fall window. I wouldn't... Yeah, Yeah, I guess we're in the early fall window because we're in the first month, within the first month of fall right now. So, there is some merit to these claims, and I will keep an eye out for Red Dead 2. I've been waiting for it since 2022, I guess. I'm excited. Okay, so that's how I got here. We're going to continue. Well, that was really the only mention I have. Next, we have Dave Meltzer. Picture. As always, I reserve every Friday to look at the match ratings because I am irrationally a numbers-oriented guy. And I will simply comment on this because I haven't seen any full matches in the past week. This was SmackDown's episode. I just saw this for the first time. Apparently, Aleister Black versus Damian Priest, a very good last man standing match in the SmackDown before Crown Jewel. Great. Some New Japan show. I forgot what show. Road to King of Pro Wrestling. Okay. Looks like Dragon Gate. Some other Japanese promotions. More, yeah. Dragon Gate. Road to King of... Oh, Superhuman Taiji Ishimori gets more... even more ridiculous. I don't know what these are. Okay, that's a comedy show. Oh, Lacey Lane's debut in AEW. I don't need headphones. Why? Lacey Lane's debut in AEW, formerly known as Kaden Carter in WWE. Okay. Ah, yes. Title Tuesday competed with NXT's Showdown against TNA. So Dark State versus Hardys for the NXT Tag Titles. Doesn't look not received well by Dave. You have the women's... Cage Match straight up called it a Survivor Series match. So the women's Survivor Series match... If it was unrated, then he didn't receive it well. Of course, that's his opinion, but I just wanted to see. It's a decent gauge for professional wrestling taste right now. Ethan Page versus Mustafa Ali. This was the North American title, right? 4.25 stars. Nice. That is for the North American title, right? Yeah. Okay, here we're back to Title Tuesday. Moxley versus Tomohiro Ishii. 4.5 stars. Again from Title Tuesday, it looks like The Demand versus the Hurt Syndicate. Street fight. Oh, I didn't know it was a street fight. Was this for the Trios title? Oh, wait, no. Never mind. Just kidding. You have Kyle Fletcher versus Kyle O'Reilly. Kyle versus Kyle in a Kyle match. I think this is for the TNT Championship. 4.25 stars. Thank you, Dave. That is for the TNT Championship, right? We Kyle people. Oh, forgot about this. Does Jurassic Express defeat... Yeah. This was the they called it a Double Jeopardy Championship Eliminator match. If Okada and Takeshita won, then they challenged for this thing, for the AEW Tag Championship. If Brodito win, whoever got the pin challenged for either the Unified Championship or the Continental Championship. Yeah. 4.25. That's Title Tuesday. Orange Cassidy versus Pac. I think this is just a regular singles match. 4 stars. This is Daly's place, too. You have the Men's Survivor Series match. NXT versus TNA. 3 3/4 stars. I don't know what event this was. King of Pro Wrestling Day 2. Okay. This was Raw on Monday. Didn't watch it. Okay. Was this also King of Pro Wrestling? Oh. Becky Lynch versus Maxine Dupree. 3 3/4 stars. Maybe I gotta watch a few Maxine Dupree matches. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what kind of match this was. I think this is just a singles match. Just a singles match. Yuto Ice. Rev Pro. Question mark. Bunch of indies. We have Stardom. We have more New Japan. We have GCW. Whatever CCW. Coastal Championship Wrestling. Pro Wrestling Noah. Marigold. Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling. I forgot. Choco Pro. Austin Aries return to Major League Wrestling. A bunch of stuff. CMLL, Pro Wrestling Eve. Bunch of stuff. What org is this? Marvelous. Oh. Bandito versus Hechicero. 4.5 stars. I did watch... Hi, can you do your gang sign again? Oh, yeah, I'll just describe it, right? I'm not going to show it because YouTube doesn't like gang violence. It is where you have one of those, firework or, party popper. Yeah, one of these, party poppers. Twist. Yeah, the twist popper. Yeah, just like that. And it's jammed, so you keep at it. Yeah, just like that. Just the gesture for one of those filled twist poppers. Except it's jammed and you just repeatedly do it. That's the gang sign. Oh yeah, but I did watch Bandito versus Hechicero at what was it? What was that Ring of Honor show? Was it Death Before Dishonor? I don't remember. Supercard of Honor? I don't remember. 4.5 stars. Very good match. Aleister Black versus Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn is on the run of a lifetime with this US title. 3.5. You have Los Garzas versus Javon Evans and Ray Phoenix. Javon Evans getting some main roster love right now. You love to see it. You have The Vision versus Legacy. 3 3/4 stars. DDT and... Oh, Bandito versus Mystico and in Lucha Libre Radioactiva. Mystico defeats Bandito and Bandito defeats Mystico. I'm a visual learner. You need to show the process. I can't really tell how it works through just a picture or words. Okay. Party Popper GIF. Twist Party Popper GIF. Yes. Yeah, just like that, but just repeated over and over again. Okay, that's... Yeah, just like this, but you repeat it over and over again. Anyway. This was... flippin' Collision, I think, right? Yeah, this was Collision. Whatever. This was Honor Club, I think. Whatever. Sendai Pro. Oh, are we back into familiar territory now? Yep. Yes, we are. Okay. That's it. That's Dave. Dave is done. Dave is done. Here's the next segment of the podcast or the show or whatever. Bars I may look at soon. You have the second single from a new Gorillaz project. I forgot what it was called. Is it called The Mountain? What's it called? The Mountain. To be released on... to be released on March 2026. So, bars I may look at soon. There weren't many bars that New Music Friday cared to show that I was really interested in. So here are the best of the new music crop that they wanted to present to me. You got the second single off the Gorillaz album. You have a G Herbo single. You have a Mobb Deep, Georgia Smith, and Nas single. And you have a Skepta single. All of these I listened to briefly. This is going to be a really short podcast, isn't it? I'm 17 minutes in and the slideshow was almost done. So those are bars I may look at soon. I'm not even 18 minutes in and I'm already at the 10 swipe section. Oh, I'm blue. What? You guys ready for this greatness? Alright, you know what? 10 swipes. Number 1. Alright. Let me fix this. Okay. Number 1. Huh? I ignore him for Enjoy AI Town? Oh, this is an ad! What the flip? If this is... Okay. What the flip did I just swipe on? No, I'm not claiming. Stop. Alright, here's the thing, right? Whatever comes across my For You page is free for promotion. Because it is all in the public domain. I remember once in, I had a sprint in 2023, 2024. I just kept following everybody on my... everybody I came across because I didn't care. This is on my For You page. 2, 3. Stop. Huh? 4, I don't flipping know what that is.
Exactly, and I'm always trying to tell people the exact
5.
same thing. Like, if you want to visit beautiful places in Maine, come to Lewiston, Maine. Come to Lewiston, Maine. We have beautiful beaches, so coastal, so peaceful. There's so much you can do. Come visit Lewiston, Maine. Replace Acadia and all the other...
6. Seven. Huh? So that's the 7th video, right? So the algorithm is learning about whatever I'm on the side hustle part of TikTok now. Algorithm's picking up on that. I swear the data I have just goes everywhere. 7.
Nothing beats it.
What?
Nothing beats it.
This is 8.
How the
9.
fuck did the most famous movie of all time hide this message in plain sight and nobody even noticed it? Just watch this.
10. Imagine hating on me while Lil Baby is out here triple taking me. Okay, that's enough. That's enough TikTok, this cesspool of an app. That's the TikTok 10 swipes, guys. Next, freestyle. Okay. Insert a text box. Freestyle a little slow because I didn't read the news. So many things to do once I press snooze. This podcast has been going well for me. 0 calories like celery. Alright. Best part. Whoever's watching, the floor is yours. This is probably a new segment. I will fill out the hour for this podcast just to see what happens. I will fill out the hour. There will be moments of silence. There will be moments of passion, chatter, yapping, maybe silence, distraction sometimes if I don't get anything. But the floor is mine. Or the floor is yours. The floor is ours. Now, with that safety net out of the way, I'm just going to look at Pew. I'm just going to look at it. Pew Research Center. I'm just going to look at it. I'm not going to read it like I did in previous podcasts because it's whatever. Oh, man. Wow, what a relevant... The instant I don't... Pew Research Center has an article titled Americans Increasingly See Legal Sports Betting as a Bad Thing for Society. than sports. John Gramlich's Pew Research Center's John Gramlich says. Okay, public awareness. 43% of U.S. adults say sports betting is bad. 40% say it's bad for sports. Despite these increasingly critical views of legal sports betting, many Americans continue to say it is neither a bad nor good impact on society in sports. Fewer than 1 in 5 see positive impact. Today, 22% of adults say they've personally bet money on sports in the past year. 1 in 5, just about. Private betting, okay. Betting app, sportsbook, or casino. It's the stars are aligning today. First I get a TikTok about side hustles, that Cash App hustle, and now I have a Pew. I came across a Pew Research Center read about sports betting. Okay. Online with an app, sportsbook, or casino. In person at a casino, racetrack, or betting a kiosk. All of this increase has come through online sports betting. Do you have apps? They've placed a bet this way in the past year, up from 6%. Commercial sports betting has spread rapidly across the U.S. since a Supreme Court ruling in 2018 gave states the green light to legalize it. At least 38 states, the District of Columbia, and Puerto Rico now allow commercial sports betting in some form. 63% say they've heard or read about illegal. Many demographic groups view legal sports betting is a bad thing. Today, 47% of men under 30 say legal sports betting is a bad thing for society. The legalization of sports betting has generated revenue for state governments and gambling operators, but has also raised concerns about gambling addiction and other societal harms. Critics have also cautioned that it may compromise the integrity of sports. In recent years, several professional and college athletes and team personnel have been punished for violating betting rules. There was this whole thing about Shohei Ohtani, right? Shohei Ohtani's bookie? Or interpreter? Let's see. AI overview, but I will read ESPN and etc. after. The bookie involved in the Shohei Ohtani scandal is Matthew Bowyer? Let's Google Translate that, yeah? Let's Google Translate that. Google Translate. It seems that my Control-C...
Matthew Bowyer.
Matthew Bowyer, right? The bookie involved in the Shohei Ohtani scandal is Matthew Bowyer, an illegal bookmaker who pleaded guilty to running an illegal gambling business, money laundering, and filing a false tax return. Bowyer was sentenced in August 2025 to a little over a year in prison for his involvement with Ohtani's former interpreter, Ipei Mizuhara, and was ordered to attend. The federal investigation revealed that Mizuhara stole nearly $17 million from Ohtani to pay his gambling debts to Bowyer. Alright, bookie. Alright, bookie. Good job. Operating an unlicensed betting business is a federal crime. I'm not going to read into that. What else are they going to say? Ooh, an MLB player and an NBA. Tucupita Marcano gets lifetime MLB ban for betting on baseball. Okay, so he bet on himself? Wagers on games involved. Yeah, that is... Yeah. Who's the NBA player? I heard Jonte Porter. Banned from the NBA for violating league's gaming rules. These bets ranged in size from $15,000 to 22. The total payout was $76,000, resulting in net winnings of $21,000. None of the bets involved any game in which Porter played. Multi-game parlay bets that included one Raptors game. Okay. Who has bet money on sports in the past year? As was the case in 2022, some groups of Americans are more likely than others. Young adults are more likely than older Americans. Black and Hispanic adults more likely. No differences between college and non-college graduates. Nor are there major partisan differences. Who's placed an online sports bet in the past year? Young adults and black Americans again stand out. That's me. We're gonna move on to NPR. Okay. This is a backup, and I will not go that deep. How Taylor Swift's accent and dialect have changed throughout her eras. Now, whoever wrote this will give credence to the whole mythos. The whole Taylor Swift mythos. What the flip? These changes in Swift's dialect coincided with her gradual transition from country music to pop sensation. Can I go back, please? No? What's the more pressing stuff? White House says substantial layoffs of federal workers have begun with few details. National Guard troops begin patrols in Memphis. Israel says it has completed a pullback of troops in Gaza. Venezuela's opposition leader, Marina Corina Machado, wins the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize. From the remote islands to the DMZ, an intrepid teen hits 118 countries before turning 20. Sora gives deepfakes a publicist and a distribution deal. It could change the internet. Now that has caught my attention. I also am subscribed to the TLDR newsletter because I thought it would give some salient information. It's highly specialized information. What is that, man? You got a horse on top of a horse. Videos made with OpenAI's Sora app are flooding TikTok, Instagram, Reels, and other platforms, making people increasingly familiar and fed up with nearly unavoidable synthetic footage being pumped out by what amounts to an artificial intelligence slop machine. Let's test this theory. Okay, yeah. I get it. Now, I'm gonna see... Here's my barometer, right? Here's my barometer. Am I using that right? Barometer? Yeah, it's an instrument that measures pressure. Here's my barometer for the severity of AI. Can AI create a legit, scholarly, world-class rap verse? Can you write a scholarly, deep, meaningful, metaphor and simile-filled, world-class rap verse? Alright, let's turn on the research grade intelligence. Let's do regenerate response on new model. So here's what it wrote before I cut it off. Verse: glass temples, the mind's an ocean. Pressure builds where silence reigns. Thoughts like tectonic plates shift under mental strains. Dreams are fossils pressed beneath the weight of doubt. I excavate my purpose when the torchlight's flickering out. These bars are prayer flags hung across the wind of time. Each rhyme a monastery bell that reasons into chime. Knowledge drifts from constellations, inked across my scroll. I write in nebulae where gravity condenses soul. The crown is rusted gold, the throne of melting glacier. Truth dissolves slow in the flood of human nature. Faith's a blind sculptor chiseling night from flame, and I... What the flip? More multi-syllabic schemes, please. Wait. Sewn syllables ring like bells in a cloister of thought. Each couplet a theorem Euclid almost forget. That's actually kind of hard. Metaphors braid like DNA in a helix of fire, while cadence walks tightrope strung over choir and choir. Why didn't... there was an opportunity for a double entendre. Meaning condenses like dew on a Riemann dawn. Truth counts primes in the dark till... Godel? Goodell? I don't know. Okay.
Godel.
Polyphonic scholastics. Algorithmic catechism. Axiomatic activations. Diasporic dioramas draft divine oh my gosh. Subcutaneous subroutine subharmonic citizen. Okay, obsidian and citizen are obsidian. Okay, yeah, sure. Pentameter parameters, paramorphic discipline, phosphene of the phosphor frames of philharmonic vision. This is more alliterative than multisyllabic. Syllabic. How do you pronounce it?
Multisyllabic.
Syllabic. More double entendres, please. So I'm saying more. I'm not asking it to rewrite its verse. I'm asking it to do more. Creating wordplay with double meanings. Bars raise the bars. This sounds like something Lupe Fiasco would write. Bars raise the bar so the sentence get longer in court and in cadence. Record so clean that the record expunges the dirt with the needle's abrasions. Charged in the lab and the docket, appeal in the face and the filing. Bond with the base or the bail, either way, both chemists and judges are smiling. Prime in the field... Combine the multi-syllabic rhyme schemes with double entendres and an overarching narrative. Can you? Can you? Here's what we start with, right? Thought versus everybody. And check it out. Only 27,000 views on Genius. That is criminal. They ask why I seem so solemn. Fearing DACA dreamers instead of FEMA. Bentley, Benz, or a Beamer, Fiji, or Aquafina. Lady Liberty, face full of concealer. I'm half master. Lady Liberty, face full of concealer. I'm half master killer and half Hugh master killer. Latrophobia, that's a fear of the healer. Kaepernick is an activist, y'all in fear of the kneeler. Everything's obtuse, nothing is obscene. Another young life was lost on live stream. Another great fell from grace and high steam. Then the clock struck 13, we in some kind of dream. First I'm handling first things, decipher what it means to a planet of earthlings, where the question remains, am I a journal or journalist? Herbal eternalist, Olympic tournament level genius author affirmative. Though turning back and returning, I'm not concerned with it. The permanent ink paved the way out the turbulence. My hands against the wall outside a billiards hall. I hear police discussing whether to try and kill us all. I question if that matter, life is like the tree that falls in the woods, even with iPhone footage to see it fall. Great men chose the paper mate pen or state pen, the firing pin of a pistol aimed at a playpen. We go from musket to a missile to a revelation between heaven and Satan, while I'm steady creating and try to separate the truth from the lies that they told us. I even heard the Soviets, the 45th POTUS, that ain't the photo they showed us, or accepting the onus. Did they Washington us? My condolence to y'all diplomas. Here's a bonus, the point of view to make things. My condolence to y'all diplomas. Here's a bonus, the point of view to make things see-through. If I'm a walking institution, I'm an HBCU. Face the music, keeping it moving is one of the great things we do. Yo, the devil's trying to put together his gang, me too. And whether you come from Lagos or Trinidad and Tobago, you can either stay broke or be wealthy as Jeff Bezos. If you just stay woke, I was in the dark, then day broke. Directing questions to my ancestors until they spoke now. Inherently rocking the disco currently. Bars is cryptocurrency, hypnotherapy. On everything, 5'9", 6'4", lyrically, crystal clarity. Wonder how I spit so thoroughly, stay so hungry. Rappers can't get no mercy. That's the reason any other one who spit won't verse me. It's so lonely in my own class, formerly known as, and the inscription that your headstone has. On my own path, oh my gosh, Thesis in the dock. Dust born from stacks where the backlit atlases sleep. A stateless graduate grapples with calculus deep. Algorithmic catechism, anaphoric apparatus. You just rhymed apparatus with apparatus. Cathedral acoustics catch polyphonic petitions. Syllables tessellate hexagonal premonitions. Metaphysical metronomes measure a migrant of thought, where metaphors forge Wow! That's very good. Where metaphors forge metalworks, tempering iron from chalk. Books like basaltic organs, black ink obsidian flutes. Bars raise the bar until the sentence commutes. Records so pure that the record expunges the grooves. Case law and case endings, both cases improve. Prime in the prime time, primes in the matrix of numbers. Roots under radicals, roots under porches and slumbers. Yeah, but you keep repeating the word, and it's not, no, that's not how you do it, man. Anyway, OpenAI's Sora app flooding TikTok, Instagram Reels, and other platforms. So the video, yeah. This is cool. It's as if deepfakes got a publicist and a distribution deal. In a polarized world, it becomes effortless to create fake evidence targeting identity groups or individuals or to scam people at scale. What used to be an inflammatory rumor. Yep. I get it. If I need to read that even further, so be it. Oh my gosh. 19 missing after a huge blast at Tennessee explosives plant? What happened? Explosives industry. Yeah, this is stuff we learned in our curriculum. In our chemical engineering curriculum. Wow. Ceasefire comes into force as Israel's military pulls out of parts of Gaza. White House says substantial layoffs underway amid BBC. Yeah, this is BBC. This is indeed BBC. Government shutdown. Size and scopes of layoff remain unclear. It is disgraceful that the Trump administration has used the government shutdown as an excuse to illegally fire thousands of workers who provide critical services to communities across the country. Chuck Schumer. Okay. A funding bill. Non-essential federal workers will be placed on unpaid leave. Furloughed employees are legally supposed to receive back pay after a shutdown ends and they return to work, but the Trump administration has insinuated this might not happen. What? This sounds like The Boys. I have no say in this. How did I should have saved the freestyle for the end. Floor is yours and then a freestyle. That makes a lot more sense. Why? No! I can't read it. That's done. I mean, the floor is yours. I'm trying to think of stuff I can, read about. Oh, I can read about Game Informer, I guess. Jay Gisao. Whoa, that looks familiar. Is that Cuphead? He reviewed, or they reviewed Battlefield 6. What's the consensus at the bottom? There's nothing quite like trudging through slick mud fields, down metropolitan streets, and past eroded craters as shells lay waste to abandoned farmsteads, scorching the last vestiges of greenery. The latest entry in the Battlefield series is an amalgamation of immersive moments like this. I only wish some of the post-war rewards matched my many acts of valor, and that the campaign reflected the grittiness of its multiplayer counterpart. Despite some military blunders, Battlefield 6 has successfully turned the tide. The WNBA is going to be live soon, but what else, man? What else? I'm really racking my brain here. Maybe I just give my speech and my mind a break for a second. I am not frozen. I am just here thinking. Maybe I should... Oops. There we go. I like that. The floor is yours. I'm thinking. It's nice. It's nice to have a pause every once in a while. After this podcast, I'm going to record some bars for Asian Season from the Future. It's going to be fun. I have recorded refreshes of 3 new tracks. And I need to record Welcome to the Trap, Asian Cypher, Day Zero, and the outro. So 4 more original tracks, original verses to record for Asian Season from the Future. Then I have to mix and master everything. So, yeah. It's going to be fun. Oh, Crown Jewel is tomorrow at 8 a.m. Eastern for the WWE. Crown Jewel. Let's see if I can watch that. Right, Crown Jewel 2025. Not in. I actually feel okay about this pay-per-view because it's not flipping Saudi Arabia. Crown Jewel 2025, right? 5 matches, very concise, and I'm excited. We have the Crown Jewel Championship. Who cares? It's just gonna be 2 of the best in the business having at it. Crown Jewel Championship isn't something nobody boasts the Crown Jewel Championship outside of Crown Jewel. I've seen that in sporadic WWE programming. People forget about the Crown Jewel Championship very quickly after they win the Crown Jewel Championship. But you have Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins in their 4th televised match together, if I'm not mistaken, right? Oh, shoot. We'll do Cody Rhodes. Yep. And then this is their... Oh! This is apparently their 3rd match ever? No. Yeah. Their 3rd televised... So this was... You know what? 3rd pay-per-view match, singles match together. Cage match doesn't consider ones under 5 minutes, and with people who don't have a profile. So as far as I will try to be as objective as possible with the knowledge I have. This is Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins' 4th televised pay-per-view match, televised singles match. Yeah. Right. Yeah, something like that. We have Stephanie Vaquer versus Tiffany Stratton for the Women's Crown Jewel Championship. This will be cool. I'm really excited for John Cena versus AJ Styles. Very excited for Cena versus Styles. Both of these guys are, technically past their prime physically. But I'm just glad I get to see this rivalry reignite in real time. Because, I've kind of followed... Yeah. I've kind of followed... Throughout the years, I've followed, right? Before maybe 2022... I've never watched a pay-per-view live. So, yeah, Styles versus Cena. SummerSlam, Money in the Bank? Yeah, Money in the Bank. SummerSlam that culminated in the Royal Rumble. And I hope they deliver yet again at Crown Jewel tomorrow morning. You have Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus the Kabuki Warriors. Okay. There's gonna be a lot of noise for that match. And Roman Reigns versus Bronson Reed in an Australian street fight. Is that why they started this at SummerSlam? That's Jonah, yeah. He's an Australian professional wrestler. Nice. My mind is mush. Let's sit here for a second and keep thinking. This is a great opportunity for me to fill out the calendar again. Okay. I got 5 more minutes. I'm surprised I have consistent viewership throughout this. Maybe, I don't know. What do we want to talk about? Oh, hold on. Hold on. What, I don't know, Xiaomi 17 Pro Max, yeah. IGN? What type of stuff does IGN have? Battlefield 6. Marvel Rivals. Forgot about that game. Podcast, maybe Xbox should give up on hardware. 1 hour ago, Microsoft has struggled to sell console for 2 generations now. So that's Xbox One and Xbox Series S and X. XS or whatever. Okay. Sony makes gaming headsets? Okay, replanted. Gameplay, PC, Magic TMNT, Super Mario. Oh my gosh, Genshin Impact 6.1 livestream codes. Does Wuthering Waves do livestream codes? Right? Okay. Well, I'll just sit here for 2.5 more minutes. Should I leak a preview? We got a preview. You know what I mean? Of, we'll go to my channel. Oh, no. YouTube Studio, and then I'll... Can I even view this? Oh yeah, this is gonna be... This is a straight up leak. Wow, this is riveting music.
Hey, here to rap, I'm here to violate. Dead in the booth, now the room is fire trick. Broke every law that they told me to follow. Now I feel pain that they stopped with car. Step in the spot, let the bass lines roll. Pressure in the air, crowd ready to explode. Every light flicker syncs with the drum. Silence for a second, now the storm has come. Energy will rise, and it will break the cage. There's heat when I step on the stage. Echoes like thunder, the rhythm will not fade. I carve name in sounds we made. City lights shimmering, they like to follow the sound. Then we lift off the ground, there's no way that we come down. Every echo chant circles throughout the crowd. We move It's shaking the town. Verses will unite like a choir of fire. From nothing to everything, watch it grow. The universe now, our own.
And I will preview another one next week for next week's podcast. Thanks for watching. See you next time.